Justin Hamill with Equity Holdings Group, and I wanted to make a quick video about some of the benefits that you might not know about when you sell with owner financing. So the first one is a higher price. If you're wanting to sell unconventionally and in a quick and easy manner, most of the times you're going to receive what's called a cash price, and the cash price is going to be the lowest price, and we're capable of also buying in cash for those who want that as an option. But if you want to get a higher price and you don't need the money right away, then selling with owner financing gives you the ability to get more money for your sales price, as well as maybe some additional money on your investment. The ease of a transaction. Again, when we buy, we won't need you to do repairs. We won't need you to go through appraisals, inspections, and all of those things. If it's a tenant-occupied property, sometimes it can be very difficult because getting access to those properties is not easy when you're dealing with renters. Their schedules, sometimes it puts them on alert and they start to panic and want to go, find some other place, or they're just uncooperative depending on the situation. So this can be an easy way for you to sell a property and continue to get cash flow, because when you sell with owner financing, instead of just getting a lump sum at one time, you're able to continue to receive monthly payments. And that's probably one of the reasons you bought an investment property in the first place, was so that you could have continued cash flow. Depending on your financial situation, this might be a perfect type of scenario where you continue to get money every month and it augments your living, versus trying to get one large chunk and then getting nothing beyond that. And that brings me to the next thing, which is possible tax savings. When you receive all of your equity in one payment, then in that tax year you are accountable for those tax payments. And so I'm not an accountant. You should definitely talk with your own financial advisors and accountants and attorneys. But there may be a significant tax savings by you receiving your payments over time. You also receive that taxable income over time, which keeps it at a lower threshold. The other thing is no more tenant problems. So perhaps you've been a landlord for a long time. Maybe you inherited this property and you were never a landlord and don't want to be one. When we buy the property, you're no longer responsible for those types of tenant problems. We take over those things, and that's our job, to manage the property and to make all the payments. What will happen is that from our account every month, automatically will be withdrawn the amount for taxes, insurance, and a payment to you for the towards the purchase price. And so you can see that these payments are being made because it's actually a processing company, like the ones the banks use, that will be withdrawing that money and being able to provide both you and I annual statements, monthly statements of where we are in this transaction. And last, no maintenance or other costs. So when we buy the property, you're no longer responsible if the air conditioning goes out, if electrical items need updating, if the flooring needs to be repaired, all of the things that go along with owning a property. So it's a pretty easy way for you to transform your property into still an income producing asset for you, and no longer have any of the hassle or costs associated with it. So these are just some of the benefits. There are probably more, and I'd like to talk a little bit more in other videos, maybe about them in depth. But I hope that this has helped open your eyes to the possibility of what you might be able to do versus just taking a cash price or going through a traditional sale where there's a lot of other things. And maybe I'll cover that on another video. Thank you.